My name is Megan. I identify as a daughter, sister, friend, animal lover, and outdoor enthusiast. I'm the oldest of three kids, but find I look up to my two younger brothers as if they were actually, in fact, the oldest. I am from St. John's, Newfoundland, and I think that we live in the most beautiful place in the world. I find I mostly rely on my problem solving skills every day at work. Engineering encouraged me to take complex problems and break them into smaller, more manageable tasks. Um, I think I'm very much the same person around my friends as I am in work. I think that who I am doesn't really change from each of the environments. I feel like I am safe and encouraged to be my whole self at work every day. So from a very young age, I knew that I was a big lover of math and science, and that followed me throughout all of my schooling. However, when I was in grade 9, I definitely didn't think that I would end up as a mechanical engineer. I knew that I loved math and science and that engineering was a possibility, but it wasn't anything decisive at that age. So then along came high school. I was definitely your typical high school student cheerleader, tried to play soccer really poorly, still loved my math and science. And then probably when I was in around later grade 12, I decided that I was going to select university courses that would help me get into engineering. I think for you guys, if you were to go through high school now and choose engineering, say, you can go directly in there out of high school. And I also think that you can complete some courses in high school. I'm not sure. I apologize if that is misleading. However, so once out of university, so a couple of tricky years in university, successfully graduated, and I moved to Australia right away. I took my very first job out of university in Australia, which was absolutely wonderful. I lived there for 5 years. I worked in the mining industry. And then the lure of beautiful Newfoundland brought me back here. I've worked in oil and gas, and I currently work for a utility, Newfoundland Hydro. So I work in electricity. I feel as though since I've graduated, I have been continuously challenged and have, for the most part, in almost most cases, I have met that challenge and I have learned so much and I've grown so much and I've gained so much confidence in my abilities to do my job. And I've met some very wonderful people along the way. And I think that the biggest meaning I've taken out of all of these things is that I can do it and that I also work with some really wonderful people and I will forever value the friendships that I've made. Ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. I know it may seem daunting because I know when I was your age, grade 9, it was so daunting. But if I could go back and give my younger, shy, introverted, bullied self some advice, it would be to ask questions. So for the likes of myself, I've not always been here. For example, there are so many, particularly women in STEM careers, that have taken quite a journey to get to where they are, and they were in your shoes at one point in time. Everyone has been in your position at one point in time. We didn't know anything about what our future had held. We don't have a crystal ball. Um, Also, you don't have to feel like you have it all figured out right now. Like, oh, fantastic if you do, but you don't necessarily have to say, right now at your age, I want to be an X or I want to be a Y. You have a lot of time to figure out what feels good for you, what you're good at, and what you think right now, don't have to have all the answers, might provide you with a fulfilling and enjoyable career in life.
Love it. Any last words of advice, motivation, or anything that you think that we kind of skipped over so far that you'd like to give to the girls?
So I have a couple of things. I think that you guys have such an advantage that you are so virtually connected these days. I think that there's a lot of fantastic information and there are a lot of resources online that you guys can utilize to get others' experiences, kind of what a career path might look like. And then also, you won't be out into the workforce for quite a few number of years. So, what technology, what the world might look like when you get out of school and how that might fit and work for you. My second piece is actually a quote. Don't let anyone rob you of your imagination, your creativity, or your curiosity. It's your place in the world. It's your life. Go on and do all you can with it and make it the life you want to live. That was by Mae Jemison, the first African American woman astronaut in space. And lastly, fabulous ladies who run the world. Girls by Beyonce.